Hey everyone, in this video I'll show you how to make this Vox-style collage animation video in Adobe After Effects step by step. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recreate this look on your own. Let's start by creating a new composition and I just click OK. First of all, I'm going to drag American flag vector file here and I'll change it to as a composition. I'll drag this newly created composition in our timeline. Then I will double click this composition and get in this composition and select the background and just make it hide. Then I will add animation to this flag. I'll click Ctrl Shift for applying an effect here, which is called turbulent displacement effect here. You can also add this effect by going under Effect and Preset section. In this effect, size refer the length of wave. If I increase the size, it will create a large wavelength. If I just reduce it, then the wavelength will decrease. I prefer here to use 18. I'll also adjust the amount volume a little bit. For animating this flag, I will add some keyframe on evaluation. Here's the first keyframe. Then I will add another keyframe here. I will add a loop expression here. Type just loop out and I'll stay with continue. Then I'm going to add a pole to this flag. Here's our pole. I'll adjust the anchor point and rotate it, scale it up a little bit. Then I'm going to drag the flag here. I'll scale down this flag a little bit here. Then I'm going to select these layers and drag it to the center. Then I'll pre-comp these layers. Then I'll drag another flag here. I'll add a rough edge effect here. Adjust these values as your preference. Just play with it. Here's a look I bring out here for this flag. Then I will duplicate this layer and make a pre-comp. And I will go to the first layer and copy the turbulent displacement and paste it to this flag. Then here it is. And I'll scale it down a little bit like the US flag. I'll also copy the pole from this layer and paste it here. And I'll make another pre-comp, Ctrl-Shift-C. Here is our two different flag. I'll change its perspective, transform the horizontal. I'm going to add a background here, right click, new and a solid. But this pool is not look good here. I'm going to change the pool color. I'll make it black and I'll make a copy and paste it in this layer also. Then I'm going to hide these layers. Then I'm going to select the pen tool and make a straight line like this one. And I'm going to turn on the fill here. Make this stroke a little bit bigger. I'll turn it to 8 and change the color to a little bit dark. Oh, I need to select this layer first, then choose the color. I'll add a rough edge here. I'll reduce it. Now it seems good. I will add some marker here. Like this. I'll enable the fill. I'll adjust the anchor point of this layer. Scale it down a little bit. I'll make a couple of copies by pressing Ctrl D. I'll change its position. on here, one, and another will be here. I need to readjust this line a little bit. It needs to be more straight. I'll add some years here. 1920. So just it's not visible because I need to change its color. I can also change its font also. This won't look much better. Scale it up a little bit. I will duplicate it and change its position. I'll change the numbers here. So 1850. I'll select all of this layer and make another pre-comp. Just like this. I'll change its position a little bit here and scale it up. It will be better if I just change this composition length a little bit so that I can drag this line further ahead. I'll change the width here. Just width. I need to uncheck this. Otherwise, height will be increased as always. Maybe it will be enough. Enter here and select this thing and change its position just like this. I will select it and just drag it like this. Then I'll go back to the main composition. And here it is. I'll drag this layer a little bit down and turn on this layer. And I'll take it down here. And I'll rotate these layers like this. And this one like this. And I'll reposition this layer a little bit. This looks good. And I'll create a new shape layer. Here it is. And I will track mat this layer with these two flags. Here it is. I need to bring it down a little bit. We'll change these layers anchor point right at the bottom. Here is the anchor point for US flag also. Then we'll add some keyframes here. First keyframe. Then I will add another keyframe here. I'll also add a rotation keyframe here also. Here it is. It will be rotated like this. Then you it down. On the other hand, the US flag will stand like straight. I'll just change it to 0 and to stand like this. Change a little bit position also. You can play around with these keyframes right here. Then I will select these keyframes and make it ease by pressing F9. It will be much smoother now. I'll also adjust the graph editor here also. I'll change it to a speed graph and select this graph. Then I'll select all of this layer except the background and turn it to 3D. For adding 3D, you just toggle this option and here's the 3D layers. Right now I'm going to add a camera here. By doing this, we'll stay with default settings. Then For zoom in, we'll use this keyframe. Then we'll ease it. Then we're going to select this keyframes and do a little bit of graph editing stuffs. Then we'll add some left to right movement, camera movement. We'll add a keyframe here. Then I'll do a subtle movement like this. Then we'll mark this in and ease by pressing F9. We'll adjust this keyframe a little bit. Now I'm going to cut this camera up like this. Then I'm going to remove all keyframes here from here and zoom out a little bit this camera. I want to cover more white area like this. I'll add keyframe here. I'll add another keyframe here. I'll ease it again and adjust the graph edit a little bit. I'll use a rectangle tool and change it by pressing Q. And I'll add a round here like this. I'll change its color to like this red. I'll turn off its stroke. I'll make it a couple of copy, 3 copy. And then I'll add some text here. I'll scale it up a little bit and change its color to like this background color. I'll make it some copy. Then I'll make some pre-comp from here. Then I'll adjust the anchor point. I'll make this layer 3D, adjust its location like this and scale it down a little bit. I'm going to add some position and scale from this to this position and scale it to 0. I'll make it easy and trim it down a little bit. You can play around this with this keyframe as you want. I'll adjust this camera keyframe a little bit so that everything stays at the center of the composition. At this point, I'm going to change this camera view perspective to left like this. Then I'm going to select the camera and change its position a little bit up. I'll ease it again. Select these two layers and drag it up like this and change its position to one is here and another one is after here. And here's our animation. Now I'll add some text, random text next to these numbers. Maybe scale it down a little bit. I'll add another text. I'll make this layer 3D also. Bring this layer a little bit up next to the button. Then I'll parent this text to the buttons. I'll add some animation to the text. At this point, when this animation is finished, then I will add some more keyframe to this button. And then I will make it visible, the last button, and make it 3D as well as bring it to in the middle. And I will animate the scale here. Here we like, and I will ease these keyframes. And here's the final look. Maybe I can a little bit scale it down. It'll give us a cell movement. I'll add another random text here, right here. Then I will change the position. At this point, I will add an arrow, make an arrow like this. I should turn on the stroke and turn on the fill. Now I'm going to add a trim path here. Selecting this layer and add trim path like this. I'll add a keyframe here and another keyframe right here and cut it off extras, and here is output. I'll make this layers opacity to 70% maybe. And finally, I'm going to drag some screenshot of a random text, big text, and this one will be our second text. Now I'll make some pre-comps out of this two layer, and then I'll add a 3D page turn. Here it is, and I'll add a keyframe here and another keyframe right here. Now I'm going to transform these two layers a little bit. Maybe I can also play with the opacity. At the end, I'll select all of these keyframes and make a final pre-comp like this, and I'll add a post time effect and make this frame rate to 9. It will give us a frame drop effect. And I will also add another effect which is called CC vignette. It will give us more professional look like this.